In this video, we'll be learning how to multiply binomials that have multiple variables in them. So let's take a look at this first binomial. We have 6x plus 5y times 7x minus 12y. And we're going to use a method that maybe you're familiar with called the FOIL method. And this means that the first thing we're going to do is multiply the first two terms of the bracket. So that's going to be 6x times 7x. Now when I'm doing this, I always multiply the coefficients first and then the variables. So 6 times 7 is 42 and x times x is x squared. So my 6x times 7x is 42x squared. Then I'm going to multiply the two outside terms. So this would be my 6x and my negative 12y. Again, I multiply the coefficients first. 6 times negative 12 is negative 72, and x times y is just xy. So I have negative 72xy. Next, I multiply my two inside terms, so 5y and 7x. And so 5 times 7 is 35, and y times x is just yx. So I have positive 35yx. And then finally, I do my last two terms, which are 5y and negative 12y. And 5 times negative 12 is negative 60, and y times y is just y squared. So I have negative 60y squared. Now you'll see those two inside terms are actually common terms. And I know the x and the y are reversed, but because it's all multiplication, it doesn't matter if you have an xy or a yx. They're the same term. And so I can actually combine them by adding negative 72xy to 35yx. And if I do that, I get this final answer of 42x squared minus 37xy minus 60y squared. Feeling good about it? Let's take a look at another example. Try it on your own, and then we'll take it up in just a moment. So here we have 7x plus 5y times 8x minus 6y. We're going to multiply our first two terms, which is 7x times 8x, which gives me 56x squared. Then I'll multiply my outside two terms, so 7x times negative 6y, which will give me negative 42xy. Then I multiply my inside terms, 5y times 8x, which is going to give me positive 40yx. And then finally, my last two terms, positive 5y times negative 6y will give me negative 30y squared. Once again, those two middle terms are common terms, so I can combine them to give myself 56x squared minus 2xy minus 30y squared. And that's my solution. All right, I think you're starting to get the hang of it, so let's try another one. Again, if you'd like to solve it on your own, pause the video for a second, and we'll take it up together in a moment. So let's take a look at the first two terms. Negative 2x times 3x is negative 6x squared. Then we've got negative 2x times positive 2y, which is going to give me negative 4xy. Then I've got negative y times 3x, which is negative 3yx. And then finally, negative y times positive 2y is going to give me negative 2y squared. If I combine my like terms in the middle, I will get negative 6x squared minus 7xy minus 2y squared. All right, let's try one more example, and hopefully you can solve this one on your own. We have 4x minus y times 9x minus 3y. Give it a try on your own, and we'll solve it together in just a moment. So the first two terms are 4x times 9x, which gives me 36x squared. Then I multiply 4x times negative 3y to give myself negative 12xy. Then negative y times 9x, which gives me negative 9yx. And then finally negative y times negative 3y, which gives me positive 3y squared. Once again, I can combine those middle terms, and that's going to give me 36x squared minus 21xy plus 3y squared.